based on what I can see here, someone had a trade idea on J30. That's actually an indices. All right. I can see on Nasdaq, I can see V75S, this 100. I think this 100S. Sorry. This 100, this 75S. I think those are basically the assets I saw. J30, Nasdaq, and all that, right? So let's begin. But first things first, the first one I like to look at when I start my analysis, I like to look at the DXY, right? I like to look at the dollar index because it kind of gives me direction of the overall move of the market, right? So I think I should just begin with DXY. Right? Let's start with DXY because the United States dollar controls the major percentage of the financial market. Right? I also the one that is not on my watch list. Which should I use now? CBC. Okay. Let me use DXY. So all those one is on my watch list, so I can go by it together. All right. So also, all right. We had based on the fundamental news we had the DXY news come out very bullish. Yeah, yeah. So, remember the news we had last week? We had DXY very bullish last week. It was very bullish. So, I'm expecting some bullish runs. Okay, I think I should just take it back a bit. So, you can see the one from last week. Right. No, yesterday. October 4th. I think it was on 3rd that I had a very bullish news on DXY. Yeah, this was it. So these are the news we had on DXY on Friday. Yeah, the news was very bullish. You can see we had an average earnings, right? Average earnings, you can look at this. You can open the detail to see more about the news to know what to expect, right? So you can simply click on this stock. Why it's not showing? Maybe because that's passed, right? But usually, all this news, when the actual news is the actual report is above the forecast, it's usually bullish for the currency, right? So this one was actually the same. But for the non-employment change, this was actually why DSR was crazy bullish because of this particular news. This non-farm employment change, right? You can see that the previous one was 260K, but look at the difference. They actually forecasted 193, and it actually went by 517. So you can see the distance between 517 and 193 is quite a lot. So there was a lot of employment change in the United States economy. That was really, really bullish. And look at the unemployment rate, right? Unemployment rate also reduced. You can see that it's reduced from 3.5 to 3.4%. So for unemployment to reduce, it's actually good for a country, right? So the DXY is very, very bullish, right? So, and what this implies is fundamental aspect, right? So what this implies is that we might expect to see a lot of bearish run on EU, GU, gold, and all those pairs, even Nasdaq, US 30, all those pairs that are kind of negatively correlating with the dollar index. All right, so we can head over to today. I think we don't really have much news this week. We don't have much this week. Right? Looking at the news for this week, what do we have here? We don't really have much this week. What have I done? I think I've done something wrong. But usually I don't see this folder. What have I done? Right. But so this week we don't really have a lot of news this week. Okay, we have tomorrow. We have Powell speech. You have to be very careful with that because it's actually lead to a lot of volatility, right? So you have to be very careful with this Powell speech. All right, so the careful Powell speech. If it's okay, more accurate. All right, wow, okay. So you have to be careful with Powell speech. Then I think the news should also be careful with is this word put this monetary policy. I think that has to do with interest rates. Then pay attention to GDP, very important. So don't be trading when GDP is going to be released. So if you're trading British pound sterling, have to be very careful on this on Friday, right? We don't really have any major USD news this week. This is not actually very important. This prelim, whatever. So this is actually a news-free week. So let's head back to chart. So we have known that DSY is bullish. You can see how the fundamentals are actually driving price. You can see that since Friday, this was Friday. Right, this was a Friday that the news came up. You can see that DSY has been crazy bullish, right? Right since Friday. Right, has been crazy bullish. So what this implies is that pairs that are traded against the dollar index should, go downwards. All right, so pairs like XXX, UXD. These are pairs that should do what? They'll be bearish, right? So pairs like EU, whatever, they'll be bearish. Then pairs like USD, XSX. Right, so this will be bullish, right? That's what this implies based on fundamental. So you will see more of buys on pairs that are that the US dollar is the base currency, right? Pairs like UJ, USD chef, pairs like USD, JPY, you know them now. Those pairs, USD chef. So those pairs will be really bullish this week. All these pairs that have that, and then the bearish pairs will be having pairs like Euro USD, blah blah blah, and all of them. So those are the pairs that will be bearish. Right. So that's what we anticipate. So knowing that we should be looking for more buys this week. Right, we should look for more buys. And based on the structure of the market, let's just simply head to the monthly time frame to see if we can see this much interest, right? So looking at the monthly time frame, wow, amazing. I marked this point though. I remember I marked this point. Wow. So I remember marking this point. I was like, okay, we are having a bullish DXY. This was actually bullish on the overall stuff. You can see your higher high there. You can see your higher low right here, and then you can see your higher high, right? And then we have this imbalance resting inside it. That's what price is playing off based on the fundamental perspective. You can see that even on the monthly time frame, this guy is serious bearish. So it's bullish, sorry. On the monthly, this guy is serious really bullish. Alright, so this one is actually very bullish. Then we might see a very good bearish run on the pairs that are against the DSY, right? So going to the 3 months time frame, I still have something on that on the 3 months time frame. I don't really like going so far. The reason why we had this rejection is because we tapped into what this imbalance, right? So we tapped into this last consecutive up candle. We had a kind of imbalance on the 3 months time frame from here, from this point here down to this point, right? So that's why price has been selling up. But look at the structure of the market. So we have taken out liquidity on the 3 months time frame. All right, so we are taking liquidity on the 3 months time frame, and then we saw the price has been giving us series of higher highs and higher lows. So intermediate, we are bullish, right? So we might see that two things might happen now. We might see price, go for this, this liquidity here. So it's a possibility that price might, since we are bullish on fundamental, price might want to go for that, right? So it's a possibility that we might have markets run for this side, right? It's possible, right? Or it's possible that price may make a new low, right? But based on what I can see here, I can say, okay, we have lower high and then lower low, right? So let us go back to the 1 month time frame, right? So it's in the 3 months time frame with the person. You're not going to trade with the 3 months time frame, because it's too far-fetched, right? So now back to the months time frame. We are like I talked about this. I remember posting this on. Okay, yeah, I think I posted this on my private group. Yeah, for the guys that are on the paid mentorship, I think I posted this on our setup group. Yeah, I did that. Let me just quickly check. I posted that on our setup group. Yeah, I remember I posted it. Yeah, I've seen the setup. Wow, amazing. I see it. I posted that was on February 3rd. Let me see if I posted it on the public channel. Let me just check quickly on February 3rd. They posted there on the public channel. No, I didn't. And that's why that's why you should take the paid mentorship program seriously. I didn't post it there. I posted it on for the paid guys. They actually had access to it, access to the setup when I posted it. That's um, the one of the perks of being on the paid platform. Get to see the things I don't post on the free community, right? I think I not simply post it out. I think I had this setup. So that was it. I think I posted it just to clear the doubt. You can see that, yeah, this was it. So you can see the timestamp posted by Geoffrey on the 3rd of February by 7:28. That's if you add this should be around 12 p.m. But this is New York time, so you can see I posted this, right? It's not in science. I posted it. You can see market was still in that imbalance. But look at what price has done now. So that has settled the issue. It's not like I just manufacturing charts now. Sometimes I posted actually on the paid platforms. And that is one of the advantages of the paid platforms. You get to see these things beforehand, right? I'm not obligated to post all these things everything on the free channels. All right. So now we are retracing from this bullish imbalance, and then we are in a structural market. So going by the range, I will say, okay, my range is from here. My bullish range is from there up to this point. So we're actually in a bullish range. And if you bring out your premium discounts too, you can see we're actually at the 50%, right? So from here to here. So we actually hit 50%. You can see how popular it came. So price came exactly at the discount array. All right, so that's the discount array. That is the lower portion of the measurement. So my price came to the lower 50%, which is really what I call discounts. Because of here in the payment program, we really understand what I'm talking about. Right, so we're looking to discounts 50%, and that's what we're playing of. Why that imbalance? So I'm bullish for this guy because we're still bullish on the monthly time. Right, and looking at this, I can't really find any other reason that price should keep going down. If it really wants to respect structure, market has come to its turning point. It's going to likely run higher, and based on what I can see here, I can see some inefficiencies which need to be filled all the way up here. Right, so we're just talking about the price action of the dollar index. Right, so that is it. So I set price to run towards that high based on this. I set price to do this and then eventually do what run for that high. That's what I expect on DXY from the monthly time frame, right? All right. So I expect from DXY on the monthly time frame. Yeah, I need to copy this and put in my trade journal, right? I was copy this and just have it. I have it in my trade journal so that I would remember I actually had something on this, right? So let's be copying some of them to post. All right, my journal, private journal. All right, so right, I posted it again. So now let's go. Now we are busting our monthly and 3-month buyers, and we are bullish on the higher time frame based on the dollar index. All right. So now that's been established. We can now go to the lower time frame. So now let's go to the weekly. We have to use this so that know what to anticipate. So the weekly still looks good. We are still likely going to go higher on the weekly, and weekly actually looks because I'm taking a liquidity here, taking out at this point here, right? So that is low. I was captured by this rundown. So I will have been on the week time frame, right? This is something looking at that was support, right? And so when they saw this rejection bridge candles, they're like, wow, we're going to buy, There are some hedge funds that actually jump, right? We have hedge funds that actually very jump. That is why hedge funds, some of them actually go bankrupt because they are actually people like you and I that trade them. When I know someone that actually trades for a hedge fund, one of my friends, I don't want to mention his name, right? And actually trade for a hedge fund. So there are people like Cole that trade hedge funds, right? So some of them would likely see this, and since they have millions of dollars, right? They can simply just click a buy with 1 million lot, and then Singer is going to hold, and then they are probably been liquidated on this, right? So be careful with hedge funds, right? If you invest with them, they actually take losing trades, a lot of losing trades. All right, so now we are taking our liquidity on the weekly time frame. Let's go to the daily. Woo! We have a daily break. Shush! So market is being bullish on the daily time frame, and then the daily even gives us a clearer picture because you can see liquidity drawing here. You can see liquidity rising here. You can see what this break of structure, right? So we are being bullish on the daily time frame. Everything is signifying that we are bullish. We have this break of structure. All right, so we have this break of structure on the DXY, and then we have this other block, right? So The way I mark my other blocks, I mark from open. I don't mark wicks. So I mark from the open price down to the below. That's what I'm actually looking at for. So I expect price for on DXY. So there are two things that DXY might do. All right. DXY might it might come to tap this other block and then run higher, or it could just run higher. Two possibilities. It can just run higher, right? And I feel it will be targeting this liquidity resting here. That will be my target on DXY for now, which is just what below was where that monthly imbalance, right? This is what the monthly. So we have that monthly imbalance here. That's why price might want to run to that monthly imbalance. So that is actually the draw liquidity. This high, which is just a bit below the imbalance above, right? So now we have the other block, all right? So price will likely tap into the zone, and then we'll take off for this. So I expect to. So it's still possible that price might not do that. Price might just just run, not keep running because they are seriously bullish on the DXY on the news. So you can simply see market can do this. Can the symbol just go directly there, or come back to mitigate this other block, right? And before, and this is actually an institutional candle, blah blah blah, all of these things, all of these funds, right? So these are the possibilities. I'm bullish on this. Either it comes back here and run higher, or it just runs higher. These are the two things I have on DXY from the daily time frame, all right? And I think I will just go one time frame lower and wrap it up here, all right? So I'm not copying it, so I'm just putting it for reference purposes. I'm just copying this analysis to have on my private journal so that I can have access to all this. All right. So now, that being said, we have gotten the higher time frame bias on the daily index. So now, what are we looking for? We are looking for let us go just one time frame lower. Do I have access to 8 hour? I don't know why I don't like paying for trading view. Because I don't really use my system a lot. That's why I feel like sometimes I don't pay for trading view. Woo, I don't have 8 hour. I don't really use my system a lot. Like, so much. I'm mostly using my phone. Alright, so based on 4 hour, it's still the same thing basically. Alright, so we're still looking at that price coming here, give us an evidence of the accumulation, and then we'll run higher. We have a February gap here we have. Okay, so that's what I have on this guy. On there, so I'm bullish on there. So for now, I will just pay out. So I just want to see price retrace, give me a good retracement. Based on 4 hour, I would like to see price come at least into this imbalance on the 4 hour at least before I look for buy. So I'm avoiding USD pairs for now. I'm kindly avoiding them. I'm avoiding them because price can also run higher, or I can choose to retrace. But the higher probability area for me to take a trade is if price retraces. I don't like catching markets that are just impulsive because I don't have a base of reference. I want to see price coming. Look at that. Now, for those of you that have been watching Smart Money from YouTube, this is where you get it wrong. Because you assume that every break of structure is something you should trade in. If you just see this, you say, okay, break of structure. Nah, break of structure is only valid when it comes to a zone of interest. So this break of structure only counts when it is an area of interest. So I'm not looking out for a break until price comes into either this imbalance or the daily order block before I look out for what evidence to take price higher. So for me, I will avoid DSY pairs until I see DSY come lower, at least to this February gap, or at least hit the order block on the daily time frame. All right, I think I just leave this. Let us make this visibility for only 4 hours. Right, so it will not be bugging my okay. All right, so it's only available on 4 hours. So now we have super bullish on this guy. So let us start with the first pair that Madam Lovett posted. That is Jet 30. That is it's an index Jet 30. Let's see if we can get Jet 30. All right. Only want to talk about EU since we're already on there. So I can simply go to EU. So EU now, we cannot simply head over to EU since we have a bias on DSY. Head over to EU. You know, whatever we have on DSY, the reverse is for EU, right? If DSY is bullish, if DSY is bullish, then EU is obviously bearish. All right. So now let's look at what we are looking at. So just simply head over to, we just run through. Already we have what we're expecting already, right? So run through. Okay. We are still bearish on this guy based on the monthly. Wow. I can see we have just hit the 50%. So we're reducing of the what the 50%. This is just similar to what is happening on dollar index. Dollar index is also playing off 50% like EU, just the reverse, all right? Or took out this liquidity and we can obviously that this guy also there. So we have a lower high and then our lower level. So bearish on the monthly, but I was expecting some retracement and then we have finally hit discount. So discount might actually send price lower. All right, so we have hit the discount level. We might see price go lower. It's possible. All right, so now we head over to the weekly time frame. All right, so we are okay. I think I marked something like this. I had this imbalance and price has come to the imbalance. Right, I had this on this guy. Right, so let's go to the daily. Wow, we have a daily break, no caps. So let me take this out. All right, let me take this out as well. Okay, let me leave it because this candle is not mitigated yet. So I'm actually having my attention is on that guy. Right, I have my eyes here. So I won't forget. I'm observing this candle there. And now looking at this guy, we have obviously we have a bearish market. Right, which is also what aligning what we have a bearish. So we have what market high, low, whatever break or so was here. Obviously bearish on this guy. So now I expect, you know what we expect. I expect this guy to sell from this other block. So I have that other block resting down there. So I expect this guy to at least come into here and give an evidence to take price lower, right? I won't talk about evidences. That's something that's for the paid student, right? So we have to wait for this to come back and give us an evidence that he wants to sell that. And if I have an evidence there, then you can sell that. And not only that, if this market can close like this, then we'll be having an imbalance resting between here and there. So we have to wait for price to close today, right? And this is left about 2 hours and 32 minutes, right? And then we're having an imbalance supporting this. So for me, I'll still avoid DSY pairs for now because I want to see price on its own run higher and then I look for sales. Once price hits imbalance, I'll start looking for sales, right? Because I'm also watching this old week here, right? I'm also watching this as well. So also pay attention to that lower week here, because something only can happen from that point. All right. So now let's go to 4 hour. Yeah. It's a breaker block. Something is there. So yeah. Okay. All right. So that's what I have on this guy. I also daily time thing because I'm bearish on EU, and I expect EU to come at least back there. That is a similar thing also have on gold because gold is also counter structure of DXY, right? So gold also expect the same thing on gold. I kind of posted this for the paid students also, I think. Also have this on gold as well. I expect gold to do the same thing. Let me just quickly go as gold monthly time frame. Just quickly. Let me see what gold is there. Wow, gold is bullish. Gold is freaking bullish. Alright, gold is bullish. I see a high here. I see a low there. See a high. Okay. So maybe price might want to come lower to form this higher low. So let me just take out my equating to something. Nah, we're not up to discounts. So price can still drop. Right, suppose that price might still drop. Alright, so now let me take that off. So yeah. So let's go up to the weekly time frame. This is good now. Got to see what we might expect on gold. Okay, we had a failure swing here. Price could not make a new high. Failure swing, he broke lower. Look at this low. And we have come to mitigate this unmitigated. Okay, other block resting here. Right, this is a failure swing setup. That a failure swing SM SHS something like that. Doesn't have the quality symbols, right? So we have that. Which made a new low. So gold is also bearish from the daily. We have our high low. So I see this all similar with what I have on on EU, right? Also, similar what I have on EU. So you have I have my break of structure here, and then I want to see price come into this last up close candles. Right? So price, beware that price might choose to come here or might choose to play imbalance, right? Because right now I see that once this candle close, you have an imbalance resting here, which will actually be liquidity previous daily high. That's why I like daily imbalance, because I like daily imbalance because it's actually a previous daily high. For markets to come into an imbalance, still take was the previous daily high, which is usually an area of liquidity for me. All right, you may not understand all this because we are in our paid program, we kind of talk about these things in details, like step by step, all these previous daily high, those things. And I not really have to start breaking them down for that. So we have a liquidity at this previous daily high, imbalance, institutional candle, order block, whatever. So the market for the open, so I'm expecting price to come into that point, right? For itself. That's what I have on this guy. So I want to see from tomorrow, if I want to see for price to come in, price cannot hit here. I'm looking for shorts. All right. But I'm more focused on EU, because EU looks cleaner. Because this guy is actually bullish on the monthly. Gold is actually bullish on monthly. Why E is bearish on monthly? So I feel that EU is more likely to give us what we want to see. And you know that EU and G are brothers in crime. So G will always give you something similar. So now, I think that what G is giving a failure swing. Price failed. This is where we actually took a lot of losses on G, because I was expecting price to collapse this liquidity, which obviously did not happen. So I'm not always right? So I had all this expecting price to go. But I had some analysis though. Okay. Let's just leave that. I don't want to talk too much. All right. So let us just take up, since all this has happened. Let us just take out all the lipstick. All right. So looking at what we have here, I feel that this is a failure swing. It is a failure swing. Price will not make a new high. So we might have seen a failure swing inside it. So now we have imbalance. So this is we are bullish. So we have an imbalance resting here. All right. So we have an imbalance from here down to that point. Right. For me to buy G, I want to see price come to this imbalance. And where would I be targeting? If I want to target this liquidity, this first liquidity, I want to sell from that point down into that liquidity, right? So I'm targeting this as a target. If price should come into that point, which that's where I'll be expecting price to come into. I can see some kind of dynamic liquidity resting here. Sheesh! So liquidity, it has reasons to go down, right? Price has reasons to go down. If I cannot know. So I'll be assuming this is a failure swing because price will not make a new high. So I assume that's a failure swing that is occurring. I can see price breaking lows, making new lows, and then that is it. So we might see price hit here tomorrow and then run lower. So until price hits here, I have no trade idea. I'll wait for price to obviously come to that spot. All right. So let me quickly go over. I talk about the pair that are kind of closely related with the EU and the GU. All right. So that you cannot analyze DXY without looking at EUG, because those are the pairs that I heard that there are some brokers that can trade DXY directly, right? If I had access to these brokers, man, I would have loved it, because I mostly trade profit accounts, right? We don't really have DXY among our trading pairs, right? So it's not really there. I think it's on SNS or something like that. I would rather be trading DXY directly. All right, so that's what I have on GU. That it is always dynamic liquidity time. That's so. I'm trying to get them G. How would I even do this inside? It's not changing. What? Alright. J30. So she had an analysis on J30. That was I love it. J30. Yeah, that is the German index. That is it. DAX. Yeah, it's called DAX. Yeah. Know something, DAX 30 and DAX 40, they are still the same thing, right? J30 and J40 are the same. Right. Some brokers prefer calling German 30, some call it DAX. Alright, let's use the one by 8 cap. So some people call it DAX, some people call it J30, blah blah blah, and all of that, right? So let me just quickly look at what she had on her analysis, right? So looking at J30, we'll just start with this before we go back to synthetic. Alright, so we had let me look at what she posted. right. So yeah. All right. Someone wants to buy GBP. Come on, the express. The express. All right. So she's looking to buy J30. Right. So let's forward it so you guys can see it. So I've just like just go to the comment section. You see where I highlighted. So this is what we're talking about now. Just check on the comment section. You'll see the one I'm talking about. Just click on it. You see. Just go to the comment section on the video and see the chat I'm talking about. So she's trying to buy J30. She has a buy idea on that. So let's look at J30 closely. I don't trade this pair though. So let me not quickly look at the months. They always have on the monthly time frame, right? Always have your analysis on the monthly time frame. So for the monthly, we have we have for the monthly time frame we have a bullish structure, very clearly bullish. Wow, this guy is bullish, like seriously bullish. So we had this liquidity capture there. We have price break, come down to tap it. So we are really bullish on this guy, seriously bullish. All right, so we have that. So you guys bullish on the monthly. So I feel that price might want to make a new high. I think our price is being drawn to this external liquidity there. So price might likely want to take out that high right there, right? So let's go to the lower time frame weekly to see something. So yeah, liquidity, you can see relatively quite high is there. Wow, a good area for target. And this is German index, right? So what do we have here? Okay. Price played this fair value gap. This gap, why hit it? Then okay. Made a new high. Alright, so okay. So judging by current structure, I can see another gap between here. So I have a gap here which has not been unificated into. So we have a gap. I'll say a gap all the way down. From gap all the way from that lower way down. So let's go to the daily time frame. Okay, it's bullish. Wow, I see something there. So we're actually playing up a gap on the daily charts. So we have this daily gap. Other price is playing up. See this daily gap, just very tiny gap there. Right? So we have a daily gap inside here. Wow. Have daily gap inside here. Alright, so in the 4 hours, she's, she's bullish on this guy. Um, okay. Okay. He's bullish at two zones, down and up. Right. I just give me a moment. Let me network load up. Right. So back to what we have. It's really acting up, like, seriously. Let me just change to my Wi-Fi. Let me just change. Let me change my network to my Wi-Fi. You see the speed, it's better. Sorry, it's just network. It's acting up. The network can just be so crazy. I don't know if it's wrong with if the issue with my browser or my network, but I don't know why both areas are slow. Even the rate preview is slow. This one as well. I just both slow. I don't really know what's acting that way. Okay, that was getting better. All right, so this one, so my network is back. All right, so we're talking about share 30 on. Oh, it's going to GPUSD. You kidding me? Vision is coming back strong, and those bills me a bit. It's come on. I don't see that synthetic will come up. I cannot see synthetic to do all this. But synthetic also allows me to access um some of the currency markets. Sometimes the main trading view can be so problematic. Also refuse to come up. No matter what you do. Alright, I think trading wants to come up. Right then. Comes on and we can use it. Alright. Good. So yeah. So let's continue. So I've seen a lot of synthetic we can continue with it's check 30 NASDAQ. I can see the 3 pence basically. J30 Nasdaq. That's what you guys posted. Then this 100x, and finally I think it's that's all. So this Nasdaq J30 and this 75x and it's yeah, so that's all right. So we have that. Let me see if I can change the chart to something else. This guy is really acting up. Right. Uh, let me see. Spoken basis. This is what I have spoken basis. J30 here, things here. I hope it's this one. Yeah, it's it. I've seen it. So those sources and what we actually testing. I think the issue is the major issue. This is this one. Yeah, the same thing. So let's take out this and let's use one by select pages. So this is actually J30, which we're talking about, right? So I was like, because once bleach on a monthly, I talked about it already, all of that, right? So this is already 24-hour time frame. All right. So I think on the daily time frame, she has a bullish setup on the daily. So this is the daily time frame as well. Let us go through it again. So now on the bullish time frame, on the daily time frame, we're actually bullish as well. Yeah, so for me, I'm looking at this area. I was trying to trade this. I'll be paying attention to what this other block here. Just basically as easy as that. Right. So I'm looking for buy because I can see that area took out the liquidity and then run higher. Right. So I'm actually looking at for buys, right? Anywhere here, I can see imbalance inside this zone, right? So she's actually very, very correct with where she has for her buys, right? Although we have an imbalance here, but consider the price I played it off and go up. But since that point is not at discount, it's not really high probability, right? What do I mean? You bring out your gun box and you draw from here to there, and it's not 50%, right? So 50% is actually a high probability zone. I mean, like increase below 50%. So this is actually where it's actually very high probability to take your buys around below this zone here. Right? And luckily for us, I actually kind of imbalance here as well. So I have an imbalance just at that 50 region, right? So I have an imbalance resting just at that 50 region. So we can actually play off that on we play the other block, right? So this is actually what I have for J30, very easy, and I agree with totally with what she has, all right? Totally agree with what she has, and let me just post that out on the. I want to post the ones out, those ones that were posted already on the public group, so you guys can also have access to it, right? In case you're not around, let's see. You can also have access to it. So one of the things I would like to go through it and follow it to see if it will have actually pan out as well. So that's what I actually have for a buy. I want to see price come inside that point and accumulate for a buy. All right, so quickly let's go to NASDAQ. She also has a setup on NASDAQ. So I'm talking about the next one she has. I'm looking for the ones that that's why I said I'm only talking. I'm referring to each chart that people posted. Not that you come and tell me look at the same time. I want to look at it. Look at only the things that are posted by people. All right, so we have she has NASDAQ as well. All right, so that's the next thing she has there. So let's go to NASDAQ. It's still has stock indices. I think it's this one. This tech index. This one, NDX. That's NASDAQ. So it's her markup is also on the H1. She's bearish on the H1, right? And yeah, it should really be bearish because now has this taken out liquidity? This NASDAQ has it taken out liquidity? Do something. Yeah, it has. So I have a kind of liquidity grab there. Okay, you might see some sales since they are really bearish on the DXY, but DXY tends to be counter of this. So we have liquidity resting here actually. This guy is more of in a range, more of in a ranging market. There have been more of in a range on NASDAQ. I already consider whatever, but I've been in a range, kind of consolidation of some sort. Right, so if you go over to the time frame, the 4-hour time frame, let's see. So based on the 4-hour time frame, I think we are still some sort of bullish. Let me go to 2 hours to check something. This buy, this sell not look pure. Doesn't really look so pure. This sell doesn't look so pure. Doesn't look so pure. Let me check 1 hour. That's what she has, 1 hour. Let me see. Okay, I've seen it. So for me, I'll actually look at this as my overall low. Right, I'm thinking about this low. Alright, there's already a break of structure at that point, okay? And since you have taken out the liquidity, we might see the sell she's actually looking for. And then she has POI at an imbalance, right? It's possible. It's possible. So we have our break of structure here. This is a significant low I can find. We have market to break that low, right? Because in the bearish market, price should respect other blocks, right? And if you're on the paid platform, you remember what I told you guys yesterday about other blocks. This is what I told you guys yesterday. We don't have a private call. I told you guys about what should happen when the market is bullish with other blocks, right? I won't go over that again now, right? So that's what I told you guys. You can see how price was playing off this zone. You can see how price was playing it off, but finally price broke through. So we're kind of bearish here, right? So we need to get actually paid. You actually understand what I just talked about, right? So now back to this point, we have a lot of imbalances from here. Down here. And then we have this last up push before the break. We actually have 2 areas we should have also. Wow, see our price is adjusting up it. But for me, I'm more inclined to that imbalance. So I really want to see price. I think I have the same idea with her, right? But price might not come with the imbalance, right? You might choose to just play open, although it doesn't just be meticulous, right? So we have the other block from here to this point, right? So that's actually the last other block, before the failures swing and then they break down. And for me, I like to see price come here too. This is why I actually have more of my eyes on. I want to see price come inside here and then give a distribution and then take price lower. So I think I have the same idea with her on this particular one, right? Then let's look at 75.1x, right? And we're wrapping up with this 100x. I don't want this call to be so long, right? So let's go to synthetic indices now. The 75x quickly. We start on the T1 and the daily time frame. Right? Let's do some straight down technology, right? Let's strip it down in the higher time frame. Shush! What does she have on that base? Is she bullish or bearish? Bullish. What? A bearish. She's bearish. Yeah, okay. So we don't need a prophet to tell us anything. We are bearish on this guy, like super duper bearish. Look at this liquidity captured since October 2022, and price has been running lower every day. Right? Is there anything of interest here price might want to take? It's quite far. Let's look for what is close. So I've seen price delivering to the downside, delivering down. Right? So if I draw, let's be careful with this guy. Let's be careful. So if I draw my swing to swing high, swing low. Or let me take on the last swing point from here. That's the last thing I can find down here. Let's go to 4 hour. I'm kind of seeing something bullish on this guy, right? I feel that this guy might be bullish. I'm seeing something bullish on this guy. I'm seeing something really bullish on this guy. Because we are quite far from our discount array. Alright. Okay. Although 4 hour is currently bearish, but we gotta be careful. We gotta be careful with this guy. 4 hour is currently bearish. Let me check on something on the 1 hour. I want to see something under that low. Woo! This guy is bullish. So we went to the other low. 1 hour is actually bullish. This guy is bullish. see the total super there forming, same price making highs, blah blah blah. Let's go back to 2 hour time frame. Let's just be very careful with this guy. Right. But currently the daily is bearish. Don't forget that daily is bearish. 1 hour is bullish, 2 hour is bullish. But I see price taking off this August, this last lower higher. 2 hour bullish, 1 hour bullish, daily still bearish. Alright, so we have a breaker block here. I have a breaker here. There's actually a breaker block here. And I would love to see it below this liquidity. We have a breaker block here, a bullish breaker block right here. And we have technical liquidity. So judging by the 4 hour range, we have swing high, swing low. We are not up to discount yet. So I feel this guy might actually buy. I feel it's my buy. I think it might be bullish a bit. I likely this might buy. This guy might buy. Because I'm seeing the price has go up to do some nasty business. So let's look at this breaker block here. Price might give a reason to buy once it hits here. And I would like to see price, especially from this region, from here, just below this week, because there's an imbalance here. I'd like to see price, what to do from here, at least from that point downwards. So I'd like to see if price can hit this break and possibly hit here and then accumulate. I'd like to see price that can run away, right? So I'll be paying attention to that on 25x. But for me, I'm not really bearish on this guy for now because market, the current price action is bullish, all right? And I can see liquidity just above. I can see all this liquidity resting just here. Look at this. All this liquidity is relatively quite high, resting there. This is relatively quite high, resting. So I said price I want to clap that. So I'm bullish on this guy, so I'm bullish on this guy. So price when I hit this, this breaker accumulate and then we'll run for this high because price is drawn to liquidity and imbalances, right? So that's what I actually have for this guy. I'm not really bearish. I'm more bullish on that particular guy. I'm more bullish on 25x. I don't trade it though. So I'll just post it for reference purposes on the group or the Telegram community, right? So just post it there. So you guys have access to it in case you want to do something, right? So actually I want to see price buy off and take out those liquidity from that breakup block right there. Alright, so for breakup blocks we have I don't know, I think I have a free video on it online, that's on the YouTube community, but in our paid community we actually explain it in details, right? That's one of the perks of being with the paid community, right? So breaker is there. So I think we have 100s. Let's look at 100s, and then we'll wrap up with my favorite, which is 75. It's not there, but I'm putting it there because my favorite. That's one of the pairs that's made me a lot of money, like a shitload of money. 75. All right. So let's look at. I think this 100s is something that some people mentioned. Mr. Levinus also, what is he on? It's bearish on the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, let's see. Now we'll start on our usual story. We start on a daily. As usual, we don't do anything that look at a daily time frame. It's like the John the Baptist, right? It shows us the way. And now let's take a zoom out. Bearish. This guy is by bearish. As in bearish, like super bearish. Alright, now we have super bearish on this guy. Alright, we have an area of interest inside there. Paying attention. We have this, okay? We have an area of interest there. Now, this guy is bearish, okay? We have taken our liquidity on this point. The liquidity has been captured here. This liquidity has been captured. And we have this. So if you draw your band box from this swing high down to that low. Are we up to discount yet? No. Okay, fine. I think that is more bullish based on the daily. But that's not the case. Let's go to the lower time frame, 4 hour. Let's support the 4 hour time frame, and then we see what we can find there. And then my network is okay. Okay. So how about that? Oh, sorry. So we're back to the 4 hour time frame. Alright, now okay, let me see what the 4 hour is delivering. Wow, we can see that 4 hour is breaking high. You can see 4 hour is breaking highs, see how making new highs, blah blah blah, whatever. Alright. What is giving the confidence to sell this target? 30 minutes time frame. 7, 1 to 8 levels, right? Okay. 7, 1 to 8 levels. What is that? 0 that was 25 sorry. So I've already talked about 25 already. Who posted what I said? Okay, I've seen this. H4. Wow. Price is already there. What level was that? 1088 levels, okay? 1088. I think it's a bit above this. 1088. Somewhere around there. That's a very good supply zone. And see liquidity just above it. Liquidity is resting just here. Okay. And 4 hours in breaking ice. Imbalance was already filled, right? Imbalance was already filled here. This guy might blast higher. Because market has been breaking high. Although we are very on the let's look at daily time frame again. And let's go back to daily. Let's see something on the daily time frame. Okay, we are still okay. Okay. Daily looks more bullish than bearish to me. Currency, because we still have an area of interest. And looking at 4 hour, 4 hours close above this. I use close prices of BS, especially bullish on this guy. Alright, we have a liquidity run down here. Liquidity run. We have this other block. Right, we have broken previous, I closed above it. Okay. Let's see. Let's just see. Let's see. There are two possibilities now. If price fails to break, if price still chooses to not be able to break this, we might still see some shorts. If price still chooses not to break this, we might still see some shorts. But currency, I see price breaking higher. So I'm very careful with shorts unless price gives me a sell confirmation. For me, I'm bullish on this guy based on what I see on forward, right? Because I still have that daily POI above. Right? I'm not considering my daily point of interest, right? I like to see price action align with the higher time frame. Because currency daily is showing us that price might go higher. All right. So I wouldn't really consider this zone. Because this is actually liquidity. So I expect price, for me, I expect price to tap inside there and blast higher and go for that daily imbalance. So I have my session on this guy. This actually have on this guy. I'm expecting price to run for that. Daily imbalance. Because that's what I have on this guy. So it might happen, might not happen, whatever. So even if I want to see a sell, I want to see a sell from that point, not where price is currently. But this is actually liquidity being built. So for me, I want to see price just off it, of that zone. Right. So this one's not This is one issue as smart money traders actually have, right? The thing that every zone that taken liquidity should be traded. It's not the case. It's not every supply zone that should be traded. That is why you must have a step-by-step guidance or mentorship, right? So as I have on this guy, if price to run higher, like run for that point. So that I have on that guy. All right. It's my sell, whatever I want to do, but that's my overall prediction on this guy. And finally, B75. We'll close the analysis with this and then we'll wrap it up. All right. Start from the higher time frame. All right. Let's go. Shush! What? This is just playing out just as I analyzed. Alright? It's playing out just like I freaking analyzed. Alright? Let me show you guys something quickly. I'll show you guys something quickly, then we'll wrap it up with the call. Alright. Give me a moment. I'm trying to get something. Sorry. Links. Just give me a moment. So I want to get something that I had. I've seen it. Post a message. So I actually had a setup on B75 before all this happened, right? This is one thing about electronics academy that is different from many other academies. We are knowledge driven, meaning that we caught this before it happened. So you can see that it's really not something about. It's not like I kind of went to go and manipulate this since I'm about to show you guys. And that's so I want to show you. So this is it. Because the trade I talked about long, that was my 75 projection. I don't think I posted it on the public Telegram community. You can see it here. Look at the timestamp there. The timestamp. This was on January 19th. Right? You can see that you cannot screenshot this. You can see I actually talked about this. Markets will come here and buy. I talked about it. I did, and you can see that although the market is related, it's actually what is happening. Right? It's not guesswork. We are knowledge driven, all right? So you can see that it's what actually happening, just as I had spoken. So you can see that other block which I talked about. You can see it right here. Remember what we have here? I talked about it. CR price, came there. It's running for the high, which I talked about. Yeah. So price, it's okay. Well, you can see a price is buying impulsively from the zone I talked about. So I had that imbalance there. I had all that. So that is it. So I think recently on our paid platform, I really talked about imbalances, how I use it, and all of that. So if you have the paid mentorship program, you have not gone through that video, please do have to go through it, because part of why I called it, I kind of explain it in depth, which I'm not going to do here. But I actually talked about the whole thing before it happened. I talked about what I was looking at, blah blah blah, and just as I see it will happen. It's happened. So now, what is the next thing for P75? All right. So the next thing for P75 is that we are still bullish. So now we have a double MB. Market has broken first high, broken second high. So we have a double MB. All right. So now, what I want to see on P75, I want to see P75 close clearly above this zone. Then I'll be looking at this for buy continuation. So actually, it's actually a lot of distance, right? But let's just trust this smart money cube. Let's just choose to, because there's no imbalance below it, right? Let's just choose to trust this smart money cube, right? So there's no imbalance below it. I don't really see any imbalance. So I don't really see any reason why price should go below this. I don't see any reason it should. So that's actually where I have for my next buy. Only if we can see markets close very clearly bullish above this zone, right? So we might see price run into this smart money cube, give us an evidence, and then where we'll be targeting. Let's see where we're targeting. So if that will happen, for me, I'm targeting this zone here. right? Internal liquidity that's resting there. So for us to see price run for that high. Those are my targets for now. That internal liquidity resting there. So I want to see price run for it. Although we are turning bullish. All right, so that's what I'm targeting overall this zone here. All right, so we can have that buy, we hit it, and then we'll run all the way up. So I'm super bullish on this guy. Even on 4 hour, we have closed above it. We have closed above on 4 hour very clearly. All right, imbalance there. Imbalance there. So even if price does not play this, you can see week below. But the best thing at this point is to wait for confirmation. Right? It's just best you wait for confirmations if price should trade down. All right, so I want to see confirmations on this guy before I play it. All right, so for me, I don't really take any trade on synthetic like that today. I don't really play synthetic today. So we can see price play this smart money or you can see trade a bit below it to hit this imbalances, which is possible. But I feel that it would, in a bullish market. Remember what I told you guys in the page, the private group yesterday, that if the market really wants to be bullish, it should not break other blocks. So it should not break this if it really wants to be bullish. So that is my area of interest for Velas 75. So that's what we're wrapping up for this call and all of that. So if you want to really join us now, private mentorship, you know what to do, just send me a DM and we'll get you enrolled. We have access to more than 100 recordings, like stuff that are not on YouTube. For real. That's why you see our private students killing the problem account every day, passing it, because that's obviously something that they know that the public community don't know. And that's only available in our paid platform, right? So if that is not compulsory, if you wish you want to learn more, want to see results on your own, you want to just send me a DM and we'll enroll you, all right? So it's actually a yearly stuff, annual payments. From the 1 year register, I'll give you 1 year to be with us, our live meetings. You have access to all our recordings right from 2021, right? We opened our academy in 2021 June, so it's 1 year heading to 2 years this year. So you have access to all our recordings right from 2021, all our courses that we're having, all our meetings, everything, live meetings, everything, and it's all available to you guys if you want to join us, right? So have this video will be posted on YouTube by God's grace. I've posted on YouTube so that you can have access to this for reference purposes and blah blah blah. All right, so see you when we see you. Cheers and have a wonderful week. Goodbye.